All right, guys, this is day 56 of the Squat Everyday program. And today I was going to squat up to a heavy single. And today I felt a little sore, but actually ended up being a really good day. And I wanted to take today to really talk about the power of back off sets. And while the Squat Everyday program, I'm really working on increasing my one rep by getting really good at squatting heavy singles. So you can track just that, right? Which is just tracking your one rep daily maxes for the back squat, front squat, or whatever variation you're doing. But what I then do about 2 to 3 days of the week, so the other 3 to 4, I'm just squatting to a heavy single and that's it, is I do back off sets. And I'll track not only the peak number that I get for that day, but I'll also track the back off sets. So when I first started, like this is 275, I would, I'd hit maybe like 320, 330. So I'd hit something, and then I would go back down to 275, and I hit a couple doubles, and it would always kind of be challenging. And today I ended up doing 295 for 2, 300 for 2, and 310 for 2, which at one point would have been a heavy single, especially like in that first couple of weeks of the program. So it's really cool to be able to, if I only looked at the top numbers, like I'm getting more consistent with hitting, numbers that are like 93 to 95% of my max on my front squat, consistently hitting those every single day, which is cool, but I'm not necessarily hitting like 97, 98 or PRing in the front squat. But what I am PRing on is my back off sets. And my back off sets where I would hit, 85, 87, 100% for a single, I'm now hitting those for doubles. And I'm hitting those on days for doubles that I don't feel great. So it's actually really cool to not only see the progress in just walking in and not feeling great with every single, but focusing on the back off sets. And that's something that if you are going to do this program, the power in this program is you're working up to a heavy single, you're understanding how to lift with a heavy weight, because your technique can't be off, because when you get above 90% or so, if your technique is off, you're going to miss the lift. It's not like you can grind out a bad rep. You can, but it's going to be very unlikely. It's not efficient. So it teaches you how to be efficient with heavy, heavy, heavy loads. Learn how to breathe, learn how to position yourself. When you do the back off sets, you're actually able to build some power and strength. And then in this day here, I ended up working up to just some weightlifting work. So I really was trying to limit pulling from the ground. Just wanted to save my legs and my back, because I've been squatting a lot, so I wanted to kind of save that. So I did just from the blocks here, from the rack. So it's been a while since I've been doing a lot of these weightlifting. I'm probably only doing them 1 or 2 days a week. So just kind of moving some weight here, just really working on leg drive. Things have been feeling awkward in the clean recently. I can tell my legs are tired and I don't want to sit there in the pole, which is expected. But this position below the knee is really tough for me because I want to immediately sit back and start kind of using my back to pull the weight up, just because my legs are already beat. So just moving some weight here, doing some fives, just kind of getting going, keep my arms nice and straight, just being patient in the pull. And then I ended up, after this, just working up to some twos, and I would just I did 4 sets of 2 at a weight that's about maybe like high 70%. So like this here, working on twos, working on pulling straight up. That one had a little bit of an arm bend in the beginning, so just being patient, getting into the hip there, pulling it in. And that's usually what I do, is I'll stick with powers on that. And then I ended up doing snatches after, just because snatch is probably my best lift. So during this cycle, I'm really working on my worst, which would be squat strength, and then clean. Now I'm in my snatch. Same idea, going from the below the knee, working on staying in the full foot longer, not letting my hips slide through too early, pulling the bar back into me. And I did 5s at this weight, 5s at a weight slightly lighter prior to this shot. And then I did just 4 reps at this weight here, 185 pounds. Meant to do 5, and the straps just started kind of going, and at that point, it was just kind of a lost cause to try and do it, and I realized I'm just going to do some doubles here at that. So I ended up doing 4 sets of 2 at this weight after that initial set of 4. I will say, with all of this emphasis on the squat, a lot of my energy's been put towards that. So if I have energy to even train the clean and jerk, usually I kind of will cop out and I'll just do some other stuff. I've noticed that the technique just isn't as good, and I have to pay a little more attention to that. So that's something to think about when you guys are doing this program, is if you are like pre-comp, just make sure that you still balance it out with your actual competition lifts. But all in all, this was a good solid wrap up for 8 weeks of squat every day. And I followed this up with some bodybuilding, a little bit of like dumbbell squat work, goblet squat work, just kind of keep my patterning. And then went into the weekend. So I will be embarking on week 9 coming up here. So I hope you guys stay tuned. Make sure you guys comment below, follow below, and let me know what you guys think.